learnings here. So write down these learnings, by the way, otherwise you will forget them. Okay, one learning is don't just think, take action. Communicate something. Communicate the right thing or the wrong thing, but do some communication. Don't stop. Do, like Rajiv, the biggest mistake you were doing is you were not moving. You were not just taking action. You were just mostly you were confused, staying at one place, thinking क्या करूं, क्या करूं. सोचना क्या करूं और करने में बहुत फर्क है. Correct? So do something. Even if you do the wrong thing, doesn't matter. Just do something. That is very important in life. Okay? So communicate something. That is how we succeed. Many years back, I was into a position when I was in 10th standard. I was so weak in communication. I still remember my confidence was so low in life. I was in SM Chokshi school. I remember it was a three-floor building. And on the third floor, a girl came to me in the new, I remember, I think it was the 1st or the 2nd January. She came to me, she actually took my hand and she shook my hand and she said, Happy New Year. I ran down till the ground floor saying, Ladki ne haath milaya. I'm trying to show you that was my confidence so low. For me, talking to a girl was like a big thing. Okay, because that's how low my confidence was. But today I give lectures on different topics. I talk to CEOs, I talk to directors, I even coach them. In fact, now on 19th, which is just a couple of days down the line, I'm doing a training program for a company called KPIT where the chairman, the board of directors, the whole organization, the first top player, 12 people are there. So I've reached this level, how? Do something, communicate, talk, communicate, do a lot of sessions. Do you think I succeeded all the time? No. It's trial and error. So you keep talking, but while I'm talking, while I'm moving, what am I doing? So while I move, what do I have to do? Do I have to just move? Only taking action is stupid. Take action, but along with action, what do?
Understand what your feedback is.
So listen to the feedback, write that down. So while you're communicating, listen to the feedback that people are giving you. Don't take that feedback for granted. Listen to the feedback, see what people are telling you. A lot of times people are giving you feedback in your environment. Have you been receiving that feedback, by the way? From people around you? Hello?
Yes. Sometimes.
Give me examples. What kind of feedback have you received? Sometimes verbally, sometimes expressionally. You know, people always don't give you feedback by telling you the feedback. Sometimes people give you that feedback in body language. So give me the feedback that you've been receiving. Give me an example.
When you're telling something which is really not interesting, the other person, starts looking this way.
The person starts looking here and there. That means the feedback is you're not saying it in the interesting manner.
He wants to end the conversation.
He wants to end the conversation. Either he wants to end the conversation or you're not saying it in a interesting manner. So the feedback for you would be really, if you really want to communicate what you want to hear with this person, make it more interesting. Or talk later. Right now is not the right time. That is one. What else? Now tell me some verbal feedback you have got. Some people have given you verbal feedbacks. Yes or no? So give me some verbal feedback. Give me, if you've said yes. Huh? Kya bore karta hai yaar tu? What else? What else? Change the topic, yaar. Let's talk about something else. And then in spite of receiving that feedback, we continue doing what we are doing. Yes or no?
Yes.
We continue doing what we are doing. So we are not giving value to the feedback. Okay? So then what we can do, instead of getting hurt by the wrong feedback, you can ask people, okay, so what is the right feedback? Now people have told you where not to go, which is the clap. You remember? Second exercise? Now that is the feedback. But now check for where to go. There are always two kinds of signals and feedback people will give you. One, what you should do. One, what you should not do. The problem is we are stuck with what? What we should not do. That feedback is troubling us more. So somebody comes and tells you, you should not talk too much. You get hurt about it and you stop talking to that person only. That happens, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Instead of doing that, listen to that feedback, give value to that feedback, and now start asking for what? You told me what I should not talk. Now tell me what I should talk. What will make it more interesting? Take feedback, no? Wrong direction पता चल गया, अब right direction भी तो पता करो. And then go in the right direction. And then trial and error. And then when you do it next time with the same person, the same conversation, check his expressions, check his body language, check his feedback. Check how long the person talks. You know, I told somebody right now in the morning that sometimes the way people will give you feedback is not the verbal appreciation, but just by how much the person talks to you. Does the person come back to you again and again if you're listening to him? If you are listening to him, will he come back to you to talk again? Hello? He will, because he feels he get a great listener in you. That's the feedback you're receiving, not always just a compliment. Okay, so take your feedback correctly, don't just think. Then, what is the next learning here? Stop doubting. Stop doubting on people too much. Because believe me, doubt creates more what in your mind? More negativity, more doubt. Yes or no? If you observed, the more he was thinking about doubts, he was really getting confirmed, people are probably making a fool of me. यहाँ कुछ नहीं है, खाली time pass चल रहा है. He was getting more and more confirmed. So he was going on telling me again and again, nahi, I don't think there is anything here. So he also almost gave up. Yes or no? Yes. I didn't let him. But he almost gave up. Is that right? Yes. So stop doubting people, start trusting people. That's what you have to do in communication. Stop doubting people, start trusting people. Because whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, at all points of time, people are helping you. But they are helping you in whose style? In their style. Listen to them carefully. So, sometimes people are using wrong tones with you. Okay? Because probably that's their style of talking. Some people have a very high pitch talking. Some people have a very arrogant way of talking. Yes or no? Yes. Does it mean they're always saying the wrong thing? So what the content they are saying may be the right thing, the style in which they are saying may be the... So what should you listen to? Listen to the content. Huh? Forget about the tone. The problem is because we get carried away by the tone, we also forget the content. And then you miss out on that content. Maybe that content was very important to you. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So stop doubting people there. Start listening to them. Okay? Don't look for something unique all the time in a communication. Sometimes communication is, in fact, most of the times communication is very simple. Very simple. Okay? People are telling you very obvious things. The most important part in the whole game was what? Don't assume. So write that down. Do not assume what people are saying. Do not assume what people are saying. Confirm it with them. You remember we said this in the morning also? Eliminate every possibility of misunderstandings and doubts and miscommunications. Okay, so don't assume there. Loosen up your assumptions. If the last time you played the game, you got the right direction by the clap, is it necessary the next time you play the game, the rules will be the same? Hello? No. Same person will say the same thing in a different fashion 1 month down the line. Are you communicating in the same way which you used to 5 years earlier? No. Forget 5 years earlier. 1 month earlier? No. Have you changed or not a little bit? Yes or no? Yes. You have. Your style has changed. You're improving every day, aren't you? You're getting better and better every day. So something is changing in you, even a 1%, but there's a change. Now that one change is what people have to observe if they have to become great communicators with you. Okay? I'll give you an example. Many years ago when I started training programs, I was told, I read a lot of body language books. Have you read some body language books? Yes. Yeah? In body language, what is this sign? Defensive. Not open, not interested, right? So I realized that this is a dogmat rule, like a confirmed rule, that this means the person is not interested. But does it really mean that? No, you have to take feedback. Observe people. I realized for many years in my training programs that I would see some person in the training program who has this habit, like look at Tinder right now. Some people just have this habit of sitting like this. Okay? And believe it or not, I would feel that this person's not interested in the program. But when I would read their feedback form and I would see what they've written about what they've learned, I realized that they have learned the most comparative to anybody else in the room. So that was a kind of a feedback for me. What is the feedback telling me? Don't assume that this body language always means not interested. Okay, give people attention even if they have this body language. Focus on them as well. So I stopped assuming a lot of things. You also have to see, are there some assumptions you're making around you? Hello? About people? So think, what assumptions are you making about your boss? ये तो ऐसा ही है. Are we making assumptions? Yes or no?